such a little thing. I know. It's crazy.
You got 2 hours of recording.
Oh my gosh, Mommy. Well, you want to ask the question? Because I know the story. I think it'd be better if you ask him because you know the stories. I mean, I know the stories. You know? I think it'd be more fun.
You can ask.
¿Qué historia?
No.
¿Qué historia?
No. You sit. You
Victoria.
ask. I'll sit here. I'll be backup. I'll do the follow-up questions. How about that?
Well, these are Emily's questions.
Yeah. Well, Emily and me together. Okay.
What kind of question?
Okay.
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 So the,
¿Está pegando atención?
Sí.
Did you start already?
Yep.
Oh.
the first question is, what were your parents like? How did they end up in Cuba?
In Spanish.
English.
In English too difficult.
Oh, no.
No, it's too difficult in English.
No, you can say it in English. Mommy, your English
No,
is good.
My father have better history than my mother.
Uh-huh.
My father have to go to the, ¿cómo se llama?
The draft. He was
Draft.
Mm.
And they were a 15-year-old. Just 15-year-old. And they don't do that in Spain. They send to Africa, to some place belong to Spain. And was in so bad condition, many of those people never come back.
15 years old.
Yeah, crazy.
And then my grandfather fue el capitán
Was the captain
of a fish boat,
fishing boat.
fishing boat.
Mm-hmm.
But he had some connection with the passenger boat.
Hmm.
And then he put my father in the passenger.
He knew somebody on a passenger
Somebody.
boat, so he pulled some strings, right?
Put my father
Uh-huh.
in the boat, and they started working the kitchen
Of
of
the
the boat.
of the
For that
passenger
reason,
boat.
he learned to cook. He was around 5 years in the boat. After 5 years, he landed in Veracruz, Mexico. Well, he was for short time over there. Then he went to Cuba. No paper, I don't know how they went.
He was
Showed up.
No paper. And they went to Cuba and was in Havana for a short time. Then he went to another city in Cuba. The name is Ciego de Ávila. And he met my mother over there.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, he was on of a small restaurant. And he met my mother. Because my mother came straight to Spain to take care of a lady, an old lady, a really rich people over there. Just to make company to the
some old lady, yeah.
old lady. She doesn't have give a shower, nothing of that. Just take care of her. And my father passed every day to the restaurant in front of the house. In a porch, they were sitting with the old lady, and my father telling things to her.
Talk to her. He would
Talk to
talk to
her.
her.
Mm-hmm.
And they, 1 year later, they married. And a year later, my mother arrived to Cuba. She married. She came in 1917 and married in 19, I think.
1919 they married.
It's the year 19. And then, I don't know what year they moved to one small town in Oriente. Was a sugar plantation, the name was Rey.
Hmm.
And they put a restaurant over there, and he earned lots of money. Lots of money over there. But the name of the bank was the Mercantil Bank.
What bank?
At that time,
There was a bank called
the
that.
bank at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened with the bank. Everybody lost the money they got it in
It
the
was
bank.
the Depression. Wasn't that the Depression?
I don't think it was. No, the depression was the same time. The 33.
Yeah.
No,
was
that
there.
was maybe in the 22 or 23.
Oh, before you were born.
Yeah, before I born. He said he lost at that time $25,000 in the bank
Wow.
at that time. And then they start to put another sugar plantation. The name was San Germán, really close to one town to the other. And the other sugar plantation start to went down.
It wasn't a plantation though, Mommy. It was a sugar mill.
A sugar mill,
Yeah, that's the difference. A plantation.
yeah.
Yeah.
a sugar mill. Where my father and my mother were, I start to be bad, and the other new sugar mill went up, and my father moved to the San Germán. In the place born Berta, Elba, and Digna.
You're your younger sisters. You were already born.
Yeah, we already were four. And then in 1932, the San Germán was okay, but many of the people, they were young men working in different places. They start to marry, they didn't go to eat more in the restaurant.
Ah. Because it's like a little company town would
Yeah.
would grow up around these sugar mills.
Yeah. Most of those people eat in the restaurant, they were employees in the sugar mill. But that sugar mill got it like como si fuera un shopping center.
Like a shopping center.
Yeah, like a shopping center. And they work many people they brought from another city and they eat in our restaurant. They were many. And other people work in the sugar mill.
Mm-hmm.
And then start to get married, those people, and my father moved to Holguin.
And open another restaurant.
Open another restaurant, and since he started, was a success.
What was it called?
The name?
Yeah.
La Gran Vía.
A great way.
But in San Germán, I don't know in Rey the name, but in San Germán was La Coruñesa, from where my father was in Spain.
La Coruñesa means a person from Coruña,
Coruña.
which is where he was born.
¿Qué más quieres?
So, well, tell us what they were like. Were your parents nice?
Very nice. They were tenían mucho, nos cuidaban mucho. Sí, ellos se ocupaban mucho de
You
nosotros.
have to say it in English, otherwise.
I don't say, they take care very good of us. They always send to the school, no matter we have to walk to the school. Even my brother didn't like the school, and my father take him. Everybody went to a public school except my brother.
Really?
Was like academy.
He went to a private school.
Yeah,
Wow.
was a small private school
Wow.
across the street of our restaurant. And my father have to take him until, because in the other way, he didn't go to the
He
school.
didn't want to go to school.
Went to the school. Ma?
Yeah. So tell us about when your father died. Oh, you didn't tell us about the depression, but that's
No,
okay.
the depression was at the same time to here.
Yeah. It
To
was
here in 1933.
1929.
29,
Through
33.
33, yeah.
Or in Cuba was the same, 33.
Yeah.
More
Worse.
that everybody did in Holguin, everybody, many of the people didn't have nothing to eat. They eat cornmeal or mashed green banana. But us, we have the restaurant, we eat every day. except my father have, that is funny. My father always liked music. Always he have a record player. No matter with a thing,
The crank.
anything. And he got a one really with ¿cómo se dice? Un mueble.
A piece of
A
furniture.
piece of furniture was a record player. Beautiful. But the man bring the milk. He was a farmer man, bring every day milk. He say, Piñon, sell to me my father,
The record player.
the
Sell him the
record
record
player.
player.
No. Then the depression start to tight. And one day he said, I sell half money and half milk. And he said, by that time, start to get okay, Holguin, and came the radio. Right away he bought the radio. Because, but
What was the other question?
the only
Oh,
thing
about-
he he hit me because I was like a tomboy when I was small. I did many things, and my father was mad, and he, with a belt
and a stick. Didn't he hit
and
you with a stick one
with a
time?
stick one time with a stick.
She was bad.
I went. We got one neighbor have many trees. We went to the top of the tree, and then one of the tree, the branches were really flexible, and we went by the trunk, and we laid
You bent the branch?
the branch, and we went for the branch. It's like
Oh, you would slide down the branch.
in the branch.
Slide down the branch.
Eso es la mata de guira.
Oh, God.
Ah, we did many things.
Well, tell them about the railroad tracks.
Ah,
I
the
think that's
railroad.
terrible.
That's funny. This was the railroad, and then something was like a dish. You say dish?
A ditch.
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 And then the ground. And when raining, this was full of water. We went inside this.
Played
we
in
had
the
to
ditch.
play with a few kids.
Next to the railroad tracks.
No, this is nothing. We take the thing of the beer, but
Right.
The caps
the cap, and we went to put in the railroad
on the tracks.
and the track. When the train passed, we got it, and then we make hole with the string we do, and we fight. We do fighting with that thing.
You shoot them at each other?
No,
When you spin them, you know how you
you
spin
spin
them?
and then you
Then
hold
go,
and you try to cut the string of the other. And another thing, they
This
want,
is my mother
¿cómo se
and the
dicen
boys.
Los marbles, los marbles, eso que se jugaba.
Marbles, yeah,
Marble.
marbles.
Ah, we play marble, and we got another thing. They made with a piece of wood. They made a point in this side and a point in this side,
Uh-huh.
and with one stick we threw.
I don't know what that is.
Through apples.
No, we call le llamábamos billarda. We call billarda. They got a point like this in one side, in a point, and with another stick we flip, and then we try to.
Huh. I don't know. Okay.
Y
Sounds
con las-
dangerous,
y con las tiraderas.
And this thing, what are those things called where you,
Slingshot.
slingshots?
Yeah, we made from a tree, from the branches,
Uh-huh.
and we put and we do.
A rubber band.
Another thing, in the time with the, ¿cómo le dicen a las cometas?
Cometa.
Sí, las que vuelan. Las que,
Oh, I don't know what's that called when you fly, kites.
kites. We made kites, and we went to a lot everywhere to fly kite.
You and the boys.
Boy and girl.
Oh,
we
girls
together.
too?
Yeah,
So
still.
you weren't the only boy, you weren't the only girl that would do these things?
No, many.
Yeah?
We got a big group,
Oh.
almost my size, because my brother in a bicycle, he liked the bicycle.
You all had bicycles?
No, my brother.
Ah.
The time a girl don't go on bicycle.
That's crazy. Okay, so what else do we have? Tell us about when your father died and what your family had to do when your father died.
¿Qué cosas teníamos que hacer?
Well, how did you survive?
Well, my father died of heart attack,
He was how old?
44-year-old.
How old were you?
I was 17, almost 17 or something like that. And died sleeping beside my mother. And when my mother knew the business like my father, same thing,
The restaurant.
the restaurant. But when she went to see, my father owed lots money to the business, because that business, before my father made that restaurant over there, was a store for men clothes. No kitchen, nothing they have to make. And my mother helping with one of his brother, pay all the
debts.
debt, and she started to make money, lots of money. She bought 3 big houses. One of the houses she made a guest house. Many, always was full, 10 bedroom, and always was full. The people, like in San Germán, the people sleep over there, went to eat to the restaurant.
Mhm.
Yeah, ¿qué otra cosa?